I can still feel it. The sting, the shock, the humiliation laid bare in front of everyone. Her hand struck my face with a force that cut through the music, the clinking glasses, even the laughter, leaving the room for a moment suspended in silence. My cheek burned, my ears rang, and then my mother's sharp voice shattered quiet. Give your $45,000 wedding fund to your sister right now, or this engagement is off. All eyes turned to me, my fiancé, my friends, my family. Her tone was laced with authority, as if I were a child who owed her unquestioning obedience. I stayed calm, letting the words land steadily. No, that money is mine. Then came the second blow, her palm colliding with me again, spinning me toward the wall. I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I met her gaze and said softly, "You're about to learn something you'll never forget." She hadn't always been this cruel. Growing up, I had lived in her shadow, seeking her approval in everything. Top grades, perfect manners, endless smiles. In our household, love was a currency, and she always collected interest. When my younger sister, Leela, struggled, failing exams, becoming pregnant at 21, Mom poured everything into her, while I learned to smile through sacrifice. Every achievement of mine became a gift for her, carefully extracted and grudgingly received. But weeks before the engagement, I noticed cracks. Mom's involvement felt excessive. Her interest in the finances overly precise. Then I found it. A transfer notice. $15,000 vanished from my account, moved to Leela's wedding fund. When I confronted her, she called it a temporary adjustment, claiming, "It's family money. You'll both get married soon." That was when I understood the truth. My wedding wasn't about joy or celebration. It was about control. I started preparing quietly, deliberately. First, I secured all my accounts, every statement and document. Then I confided in Adam. At first, he hesitated. My mother's charm could be convincing, but the evidence spoke for itself. He trusted me. "Handle it your way," he said, and I did. 2 days before the engagement, I contacted his father, Mr. Hall, a man who valued honesty above all else. I laid out everything, the money, the manipulation, the pattern I had seen for years. He listened silently and said, "Just tell me when to step in." The party arrived, and my prediction unfolded perfectly. My mother's voice rose, demanding the funds. Her hand struck me, and I spoke my warning. Then, with a subtle nod, Adam's father entered. The atmosphere shifted instantly. He stepped forward, commanding the microphone. "Before we proceed," he said firmly, "this engagement is paused due to concerning behavior from the bride's family. Additionally, we have uncovered unauthorized transfers from the wedding fund, which have been reported to the authorities." Gasps filled the room. Leela's glass slipped from her hand. My mother's face drained of color. I didn't have to utter another word. The evidence, the slap, the confrontation, all captured. When she looked at me, fear replaced her usual arrogance. "You wouldn't," she whispered. "I already did," I replied quietly. The next day, the authorities arrived. Investigations revealed financial fraud and unauthorized transfers, all tracing back to her. Her once respected name became a whisper of shame in the community she once controlled. I didn't attend the court proceedings. I didn't need to. 3 months later, the engagement took place. Small, private, and genuine. No drama, no speeches, just love, real and quiet. Mom sent a letter, full of excuses but no apology. I never replied. Looking back, I don't dwell on the slap. I remember the clarity I gained that day. She struck the wrong daughter, and I ensured she would never forget it. Sometimes, the loudest revenge isn't in the act itself, but in the silence that follows when you reclaim what's yours.